the first call for severely injured people. The Piermont Fire Department, as well as the Nyack Fire Department, Irvington Fire Department, Tarrytown responded, as well as the Rockland County Sheriff's Marine Unit. We were assisted in the search for the injured people and the missing boaters from the Yonkers PD, the New York State Police, the New York City Police Department, as well as the Westchester County Marine Unit. I don't really have a lot to share with you this morning. Right now, we have 4 people injured. We're taken to area local hospitals. We still have 2 people missing. We are beginning our search this morning to go back out and try to attempt to locate the 2 missing individuals. The boat, as you can see behind me, is severely damaged, and we'll start our investigations this morning. I wish I had more for you right now. Still an active investigation, but our focus right now is finding the missing boaters.
Do you have the identity of the people who are missing?
Not as of yet. We have that, but we're not ready to release that just yet. So
Which barge did they hit?
They hit a barge, I believe it was 200 feet south, or south of the Tappan Zee Bridge.
So it's this barge on this side of the river?
No, north.
Yes.
It's on this side of the bridge.
And is that where the search is being conducted this morning?
Right.
In that area?
Yes, yes.
Could you talk about if there was a wedding party on the boat?
That, I can't comment on that right now, I'm sorry.
Could you, sorry, I was just going to say, could you describe like where the barges are? Are they lit? What's on them? Are they very big or?
Well, they're the new construction barges. I apologize. I have to introduce everyone behind me first. Sorry, this is Under Sheriff Bob Van Cura of the Rockland County Sheriff's Office. This is the Chief of the Piermont Fire Department, Danny Goswick. This is Chief of South Nyack Grandview Police, Brett Newberry, and Chief of Piermont, Mike O'Shea. So basically, all of our agencies are involved. If you have individual questions, you can ask them. I can give you what I can give you, but right now, it's just an active investigation right now, and our focus is on finding the 2 missing people.
Do you have ages of the missing people? Approximate.
Yes. I do, but I'm going to hold off on that for the moment.
Chief, can you talk about the 4 injured, how severely they were injured?
That part, I don't know the extent of the injuries. Does anybody else know?
There was
And say your first and last name again.
Robert Van Cura, V-A-N, capital C-U-R-A. There were 4 people remaining on the boat when the boat was located just south of the Tappan Zee Bridge. They had various head injuries, and one party was unconscious. Those individuals were transported to the Piermont and Nyack Fire Department boats and then brought into an EMS staging area where they were evaluated and then transported to area hospitals.
They were on the boat, not in the water.
These 4 were on the boat.
So it's safe to say the 4 were on the boat and the other 2 were ejected from the boat, and that's where they're missing?
That's what our investigation is going to look at, but that would be an assumption that
Chief,
one could make.
The barges that were hit, those are construction barges from the new town?
Oh yeah, could you tell, are they well lit?
Yes, it was actually the barge that we believe was struck is actually 3 barges that are tied together, and they're part of the Tappan Zee Bridge construction project. They have building materials or materials for the pilings for the new bridge on the deck of the barges.
Are they lighted?
They do have some lighting, but it was very dark out there last night and very difficult to see the barges in the water.
Do you know how fast the boat might have been going?
No, not at this point. That's all part of the investigation.
Do you know where the people were coming from?
We believe they were coming from Piermont and headed towards Tarrytown.
Across the river.
Have the survivors, the people in the hospital, have they been able to give you information? Are all of them conscious and speaking, giving interviews?
Detectives have spoken to the ones that they can. Obviously, the investigation's ongoing. We really don't have any other information we can release right now about the content of the conversations that they've had.
It sounds like this happened right after they pulled out of the dock, or pretty much.
Well, the barges
not
are
too far from here.
Yeah, the barges are obviously between here and the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Were they having dinner here? Do we know?
I think that the investigation hopefully will reveal all those facts. Right now, we don't have that.
But we can tell you they're coming from Piermont to Tarrytown. The accident was maybe a half a mile from here.
And as far as the barges go, you were saying that they are lit, but for your average boater, how would they know? Is it like marked on a map somewhere, or is there some kind of information for people? Or
no, a barge is a movable item.
Light. There's a light. There's a marker light on. Okay, and it's all just visual. You're supposed to be able to. Gotcha.
Sir, what's next? Is the search going to resume soon? Or when?
Yes, okay, glad you brought that up. We have multiple police agencies and fire agencies coming. They're actually going to hit the water in the next 10 minutes, and we're going to basically, you're going to see quite a bit of vessels out there searching the whole area. We're going to do a grid search. We're going to do everything we can and we're also working on aviation as well to get it from the air as well as from the land and from the sea.
Can you say how many feet off the dock the barge is that they struck?
I don't know the answer.
approximately?
Do you know? Anybody know?
It's about half a mile.
About a half a mile.
Half a mile
Okay,
off
Chief,
the
I'm
dock.
still trying to nail along the exact location they're going to be doing this search right there with you.
Okay, this is Piermont, and obviously the Tappan Zee Bridge is right there, so it's really between here and maybe even a little beyond
On
it.
this side?
On this side of the river,
Are they
yes.
going to be going out from here?
Not necessarily, no.
Will the search go as far as Manhattan, like we heard it might have done last night? We heard the search may have gone as far south as Manhattan last night. It's going to stretch that far again.
No,
You know
no.
what? You want us to? The tide last night was an incoming tide, so the tide was headed in north towards the Tappan Zee Bridge. So last night, obviously, the search was towards the Tappan Zee Bridge and on the other side, on the north side of the bridge. Obviously, the entire area will have to be searched today. The tide obviously changes as time goes by, and so we will obviously have units checking both the shoreline and the area out in the river.
I'd like to wait 1 second. I just want to bring in Chief Goswick from the Piermont Fire Department. He's actually going to be on the water today, assisting with the search. He can answer questions about the search a little bit better than I could. Chief
Chief,
Goswick.
real quickly, can you just say your name?
Daniel Goswick, Goswick,
Who you're with?
Piermont Fire Department. I'm the assistant chief, not the chief of department.
Sorry.
That's
Your
okay.
first name is what?
Daniel.
Daniel, sorry.
Yes.
Details.
Actually, what we did last night, like Bobby said, we started a grid search from the barge and went northbound. The tide was coming in at about a 2.5 knot current. And we searched from the barge northbound, north of the Tappan Zee Bridge up the Hook Mountain.
And where are you going to be today?
We're going to be probably in the same location.
Chief, would you say this is a rescue or a recovery? Or
It's
how-
a recovery at this point.
a recovery.
We don't know that yet.
Well,
And Chief, can you talk about how the weather conditions were last night? Would it have been dark to see the barge?
well, there was a moon, but it was very difficult to see the barge last night.
Do you know the speed the boat was going?
No, I don't.
So how difficult is it to survive given, the conditions out here?
I think we're going to have to let the investigation look into that, the speed and everything else like that.
Was there any fog or anything?
No?
And all of those who were injured were adults, correct?
Yes.
Are the barges supposed to have any lights on them at all?
They have lights on.
Yes, they do. They have anchor lights
And
on.
they were on last night, but
Yes.
still it would have been difficult.
They let me put it this way. They were on when we got on scene.
And the 4 survivors, are they men and women? Can you say what the genders are?
All men, right?
All men?
Yeah, all male. All male.
So just
survivors
the
are all
missing
male.
female
That's correct.
was the only female?
And can you tell us anything about the relationship between the people?
No, I can't. Not at this time. I'm sorry.
Could you, for our planning purposes, do you plan on having a press conference every 2 hours, 3 hours? Do you have a plan, or?
We could. Do you?
Probably about 1 o'clock next time.
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
But Chief,
Which-
you said this is now a recovery.
No, I did not say that.
Okay.
I did not say that. Right now, it's still an active. No, the chief. No. Right now, we have missing people. We're just searching for the missing people. That's what we're doing.